Welcome back to the deep dive. This week, you've given us a pretty monumental task.
I'll say.
We're trying to synthesize what is, effectively the entire independent rock landscape right now.
Yeah.
We aren't just looking at one playlist. We are diving into 5 separate, specialized top 10 lists.
50 unique tracks.
50 unique tracks and artists, all compiled by Only Rock Radio and the Radio Indie Alliance for the very end of 2025.
That's right. And this isn't going to be a quick summary. This is a full immersion, custom tailored for you. Our source material, it's all generated by listener activity.
The plays and the passion, as they put it.
Exactly, across 5 different stations. So our mission here is to take this huge stack of data and turn it into a clear roadmap.
A guide.
A guide. We're going to be identifying which veteran underground giants are still holding strong and, maybe more gaiusingly, which future legends are just starting to break through.
What I love about this, what I really appreciate, is that the material itself, it explicitly promises everything from raw rock energy all the way to soulful melodies. It forces you to just acknowledge that, look, independent rock is not one single genre.
Not at all. It's an ecosystem.
It is. It's this huge, sprawling territory of sound.
And the architecture of these charts, it confirms that complexity, doesn't it? We're not looking at some homogenized top 50 list.
No.
We are exploring 5 distinct filtration systems. You have Tier 1, Tier R2, Tier R3, which are kind of the core only rock radio charts.
Right.
Then the Groover Countdown and the Emerging Artists list. Each one defines independence a little differently, which gives you, the listener, a shortcut to finding your specific niche.
Exactly. So that's how we're going to structure this deep dive, a kind of progression of discovery. We'll start where most listeners probably land first.
The core charts.
The core rock energy charts, TRR1 and TRR2. I think these lists are going to set the baseline for what constitutes popular dynamic independent rock this week.
I agree. Let's start with the first of the core charts, TIR1. This one is positioned to showcase a powerful blend of that raw rock energy and soulful melodies we were just talking about.
So it's the broad strokes chart.
It's designed to be comprehensive, yeah. It's mixing high-intensity tracks with stuff that's maybe more nuanced or reflective. The tracks at the top of this list are effectively defining the sound for the whole Only Rock Radio listenership right now.
And leading that charge, sitting right there at number 1, is Blacklist Union with a track called DYIN for You. That name, Blacklist Union. It just suggests a group with a certain kind of history, right? Powerful, maybe a little rebellious, slightly dark.
And the title, DYIN for You, is pure drama.
It's pure drama. This isn't subtle introspection. It's a huge emotional declaration. I'm imagining it's delivered with this kind of slick hard rock edge that, maybe hints back toward 80s glam rock or even some high-energy modern alternative.
It's positioned as the track, the one that's demanding the most repeat listens, a really powerful benchmark to set for the week.
It is. But then immediately, the chart shows its range. Because at number 2, we find the Major Resolve with Memories.
And the shift is palpable, isn't it?
Totally. While Blacklist Union is all about that high drama, the Major Resolve, that name suggests a sound that's more thoughtful and more focused on a narrative.
Maybe post-grunge or a more melodic alt-rock that really emphasizes the lyricism, the atmosphere, over just pure aggression.
Yeah. It perfectly exemplifies that blend the chart is aiming for. You get the raw energy right up top, and then you immediately follow it with some real emotional depth.
Then we hit number 3, Vinyl Floor with Mr. Rubinstein, single edit.
Okay, this is one of those tiny details in the source material that, for me, just tells a huge story.
The parenthetical.
The parenthetical. The fact that the list specifically calls out the single edit is fascinating.
It signals something important.
It signals that the band likely has a longer, more sprawling version of this on an album somewhere, maybe a 5 or 6 minute epic.
Right, with a long instrumental break or a different intro.
Exactly. But they've deliberately tailored a punchier, maybe sub 4 minute version specifically for radio rotation.
And that shows you the kind of calculated effort independent artists are putting in. They're not just making art, they're thinking about how to optimize their tracks for playability and, crucially, how to gain traction on charts just like this one.
It's a brilliant piece of strategy. You have to play the game a little bit.
You do. Now, moving into the mid-chart, we keep seeing that interplay, that dance between intensity and melody.
At number 4, we've got Emilie with a song called Broken.
Based on the chart's description, this track probably anchors that soulful melody side of things. I'm picturing powerful, commanding vocals over a really rich arrangement.
And then right after, at number 5, we have Chucky Trading Co. with White Widow.
Now that artist's name, it implies something a bit different.
A little rugged, yeah. Maybe an outlaw country or a blues-infused southern rock kind of vibe. It feels more grounded, doesn't it? A real contrast to the high drama we saw at the top of the list.
Definitely. Then at 6, we have Embertears with the Conqueror.
That is pure, anthemic, classic rock energy.
Absolutely. Something built for a big stage. It just screams triumph and, power chords.
But right after that, this is where the chart gets really theatrical for me. It demands your attention. Midnight Kahuna at number 7 with Please Don't Shoot Me, I'm Just the Piano Player.
What a title.
Isn't it? It's a goldmine for narrative rock. It's immediately cinematic.
It really is. It throws the listener right into a specific high-tension scene. I'm thinking a saloon, maybe, or some dramatic confrontation in a film noir setting.
Yeah. And if you compare that to tracks named Momentum or The Conqueror, this one suggests a very specific genre fusion. Maybe progressive rock that really embraces theatricality, or a sophisticated rock ballad with spoken word elements.
Or even some cabaret elements mixed in. It proves that within this rock framework, the independent scene absolutely rewards storytelling and, conceptual creativity.
That title alone is a great marker for you, the listener. If you're looking for something with narrative depth, Midnight Kahuna is a pretty good signpost.
For sure. And closing out this first list, the energy kind of shifts back to the heavier side, reinforcing that raw rock definition.
We have Daph Vale's Bloodsucker at number 8. Sounds aggressive.
Yeah, potentially punk or garage influenced. Very direct.
And after that, at number 9, is the metal Byrds with Momentum.
Now that artist's name is a brilliant contradiction, isn't it?
It really is.
It's combining the sort of folk rock smoothness you'd associate with the Byrds with the sheer force of metal. It's clever.
And the track title, Momentum, just suggests pure, driving, rhythmic intensity. I'm picturing a heavy power group focused on just relentless forward motion.
And then rounding out this really comprehensive TOR1 top 10 is Franck Biyong with Struggle for Money at number 10.
Okay, and this track brings in a whole other dimension that we see surfacing again and again in indie rock.
Social commentary.
Absolutely. The title shifts the context from personal drama or, raw energy to a much broader societal or economic critique.
It's a signal, a powerful resurgence of protest rock themes that are clearly resonating deeply with independent audiences all over the world.
Okay, so let's unpack that first list. We've got high drama, we've got narrative complexity, social critique, all under one roof. So now let's transition to the second core chart, TRR2.
Right, and this one promises fresh sounds and pure rock energy. So I think we can expect a slightly less varied palette here, maybe more focused on current, hard-hitting, fast-paced rock.
The energy shift is, well, it's palpable right from the top. Tommy Gunn with BALLTEARER is the undisputed number 1.
I mean, that artist moniker and that song title are completely uncompromising.
Zero subtlety.
Zero. This is the definition of high-octane, aggressive, pure rock.
Yeah.
It just rejects subtlety, and it's leading the charge for the pure rock energy listeners this week.
But hold on. If TR2 is supposed to be about fresh sounds, isn't a song called BALLTEARER leaning into a very classic, almost cliched kind of rock aggression?
That's a great question.
Does the source material give us any hint about what makes that track fresh?
It's a fair point, and it highlights the challenge of even defining what fresh means in rock music. Often on these charts, fresh doesn't mean inventing a new genre from scratch.
Right.
It means executing a traditional sound with just immaculate current production value. Or it could just be a newer band that hasn't broken into the mainstream yet. BALLTEARER probably succeeds because it delivers that classic rock energy with the kind of urgency and sonic punch that today's listeners expect.
I see. So fresh can be about the execution, not just the concept.
Exactly.
Right behind them, at number 2, we find one of the most provocative pairings on the entire list. Drugs and Sport with Frequently Sideways.
I love that name.
The band name is deliberately challenging, and the song title, it suggests disorientation, a constant state of flux.
And this absolutely aligns with that fresh sounds mandate. It's pushing thematic boundaries. It probably leans toward a modern alternative sound, maybe garage rock or even punk, something that embraces a bit of dissonance and controlled chaos.
Keeping that pace up, at number 3, we have Astral Rock with Bags Packed.
Another evocative title. It suggests movement, escape, the start of a journey. That's a deeply resonant theme in rock history.
It is. And the Astral Rock part of the name suggests a maybe a spacey, slightly psychedelic execution. It keeps that momentum and that sense of exploration that was set by the top two.
Then the middle wave of TR2, I think, reveals a key stylistic difference from the first chart. At number 4, Emilie Thorsby's Amazing as Hell.
This one sounds like it would offer a powerhouse vocal performance over a really driving rock arrangement, maybe a nod to some of those great female-fronted rock anthems.
And at number 5, the Ovines with Mind of Mine. Ovines refers to sheep, which, I mean, that could be a commentary on conformity.
Or it could be something totally different, maybe a more introspective, slightly psychedelic or post-rock sound that's trying to explore consciousness.
Speaking of atmosphere, the track at number 6 is definitely designed to pull the listener into a specific, slightly darker place. It's Conrad Noto's American Sound Crew with Voodoo Shadows.
Ooh, that title is heavy with atmosphere, isn't it?
It really is. It strongly suggests a deep, blues-influenced, maybe even a swampy southern rock sound. And it demonstrates that pure rock energy doesn't just mean fast tempos.
Right, it can also mean raw, deep pocket groove and that kind of elemental darkness.
Precisely.
As we close out TRR, we see that dynamic range reappear. At number 7, Greenness with Hilltop. That offers a really distinct contrast.
Yeah, it suggests something more acoustic, maybe. An Americana-tinged track, a moment of reflection amidst all the aggression.
Then Kid Norkjen, Don't Say Never at number 8. That feels like a motivational, maybe defiant message, delivered with some youthful urgency.
And just like in TRR, this chart also makes room for some urgent social commentary. Robert Peterson and the Crusade with Change coming on at number 9.
The inclusion of the Crusade in the artist's name, that underscores the urgency, doesn't it? It positions the music as a vehicle for social awareness, for transformation.
It's a high-stakes track. It's driven by that urgency.
And finally, we have Mindless Hope with Infinite Blue at number 10.
That phrase suggests something different entirely. Soaring melodic rock, maybe. Something vast and epic in scale.
Progressive or arena rock, perhaps. It closes the list on this high aspirational note. So if Tier 1 gave us the full spectrum of emotional and narrative rock,
Tier 2 really focuses the lens. It gives us fresh takes on pure, driving, and socially conscious rock energy.
Which confirms that independent listeners are, they're hungry for both sides of that coin.
That contrast between the first two charts is really our foundation. We've established this broad definition of what popular independent rock sounds like right now.
Okay.
Now we're following the dedicated listener, the one who's hunting for specific, specialized tastes. So first we head to the international stage with TRR3, and then we seek out the true boundary breakers with the groover.
Let's do it. Let's dive into TR3, the Global Rock Alert. The mission statement here is pretty clear, showcasing the very best of the international independent scene.
So these are the tracks that listeners, regardless of what border they're on, have actively pushed to the top.
And the chart topper is Mad Wet Sea with Devil Has Come.
Devil Has Come. I mean, that is a seriously strong, almost menacing title.
It is.
And that kind of intensity clearly has cross-border appeal. It shows that global rock fans are craving high-production, dramatic rock structure. Mad Wet Sea really sets the standard for how an underground giant can dominate globally. It's a universally appealing, high-stakes sound.
But that global banner it's a wide one. Because at number 2, we find Sunshine Blind with Ghost of You.
And that name, that title, immediately suggests a shift to a much moodier sound.
Yeah, I'm thinking gothic rock, maybe dark wave, or even a dream pop influenced style. The fact that a track with that kind of atmospheric depth can hold the number 2 spot shows just how wide the stylistic acceptance is under that single global rock banner.
And here's that small but vital detail that tells us about this chart's specific focus on quality. And number 3 is Duncan C. with The Skeptic, remastered.
Yes. This is the only track across all 50 spots that is specifically marked with that remastered tag.
And that is a powerful indication of something.
It is. It implies that for a truly global, independent audience, the quality and accessibility of back catalog material matters a lot.
It's not just about what's newest. It's a statement that a classic or a key piece of the international scene has been refreshed, brought up to current sonic standards, and is being aggressively promoted and played.
And it's achieving high play counts right alongside brand new material. It really validates the pursuit of quality archival stuff in independent circles.
It absolutely does. And moving down the list, the stylistic contrasts continue to illustrate that global theme. At number 4, we hit Raphael Tate with All of Me.
This track likely leans more toward the melodic side, perhaps a soulful rock or R&B influenced sound that really focuses on the vocal performance, on emotional delivery, a sharp contrast with the intensity of Mad Wet Sea.
Then we get into a stretch of tracks with these powerful, almost mythic names, themes of struggle and power that translate across borders.
At number 5, The Sign of Leo with Conquer Your Soul. That sounds like a self-empowerment rock anthem, doesn't it? Connecting to that sort of primal, motivational energy.
And just below that, at number 6, is White Room Nightmare with Space Cadet.
I like the contrast there. The heavy, almost institutional band name, and then this title about spaciness. It suggests psychedelic rock or maybe something heavy and progressive.
Music that's meant to transport the listener. It's an interesting blend of conceptual complexity and raw sound.
Then, reinforcing that theme of intensity and dramatic naming, at number 7 we find Jordan Rain with Hellhound.
That title just screams raw, blues-infused power rock. A metaphorical track, probably, dealing with demons or some kind of intense emotional pursuit.
It speaks that universal rock language of danger and intensity.
The rest of the list just confirms this wide global acceptance of specialized styles. Number 8, The Foamheads. It's all right.
That implies a more feel-good, maybe straightforward indie or power pop track. A little moment of relief.
Then at 9, Clay Oak, Losing Streak. That suggests a moodier narrative track, maybe focused on reflection and struggle. Tapping into Americana or alt-country rock themes.
And finishing up TOR 3 is Be Astra with Blue Viral at number 10.
An interesting combination. Blue, suggesting the deep emotionality of the blues or just sadness.
And Viral, suggesting modern rapid proliferation.
It could point to a contemporary blues rock sound that is just spreading quickly across the global airwaves. It shows how classic forms can gain new momentum internationally.
So TOR 3 is a testament to the fact that independent music really does transcend simple geographic boundaries. Quality and resonance, those are the only real barriers.
Exactly. But now we move to the Groover Top 10 Countdown. This is a list dedicated to the boldest and most innovative sounds submitted by artists worldwide.
So if you, the listener, want to know what the fringes of rock are exploring right now, this is your key.
And the Groover lives up to its identity right from the jump. The number 1 track is Dukes of Roots, Stoner's Paradise.
That artist's name is a beautiful hybrid, isn't it? And the track title suggests a fusion that moves way beyond typical rock definitions.
Right. It's combining rock foundations with explicit elements of reggae, roots music, maybe even dub. The innovation here is that blending of seemingly disparate genres into a coherent, high-charting track.
But innovation doesn't always have to be abrasive. At number 2, we have Helen Counts with Unravel.
That track title suggests something completely different. A melodic, complex, structural sound. It's likely moving into experimental indie or a really intricate singer-songwriter space.
So bold can mean emotionally deep and structurally unique.
It can focus on delicate composition rather than just volume. But then, at number 3, we dive headfirst into the provocative and conceptually challenging names that the Groover is famous for.
Jesus, Chrysler supercar, horseshoes and hand grenades. I mean, come on.
The band name is a deliberate, slightly irreverent mashup. It's a sign of a punk or garage rock attitude. And the song title suggests volatility, near misses, powerful chants.
It signals the station's commitment to artists who are just not afraid to push thematic and tonal boundaries and to do it aggressively. And the Groover chart loves to contrast these elements. At number 4, we find a potentially softer track to balance out that intensity. Faye and the Mockingbirds with Southern Breeze.
The name implies Americana or folk rock influence. Perhaps a more gentle but equally innovative fusion that's playing with traditional regional sounds in a contemporary setting.
The middle of the Groover seems to be dominated by individuality and a focus on technique. Number 5, Berthold Kusero, the Shredder.
Okay, so if you, the listener, are hunting for raw instrumental prowess, this title tells you everything you need to know.
It's all right there.
It's intensely focused on guitar excellence, on instrumental virtuosity. It validates technical skill as its own form of innovation.
Following that, at number 6, Oliver Nolan with In the Wrong Hands.
This title implies a story of danger, misplaced power, and ethical dilemma, all delivered through rock. It demonstrates that conceptual storytelling can be just as innovative as genre fusion.
It's music that challenges you to think about the implications of power.
Then the aggression returns, unapologetically. At number 7, smashing again with To the End of Days.
And right behind it, Aggressor's Poetry, My World at number 8.
These titles are not subtle.
Not at all. They imply loud, chaotic, potentially punk or metal-influenced approaches. The term aggressor's poetry, that suggests a politically charged, loud critique.
Music that demands attention and refuses to be ignored. It's the sound of the avant-garde demanding its spot on the chart.
At number 9, Rise with Lost for Words provides a necessary sonic palate cleanser. It suggests a track that's more focused on pure emotional impact on musical catharsis.
And closing out this incredibly innovative list at number 10, Watmore with Canadian Whiskey.
This sounds like a hearty, maybe blues or country rock drinking song, a classic rock and roll theme.
But executed with a modern, innovative edge. It proves that even the boldest innovation can circle back to classic, earthy roots. The Groover chart perfectly illustrates that dynamic tension in independent music, the push to blend genres, the dedication to instrumental excellence, and the willingness to use aggressive branding.
We've journeyed through the established core charts and the boundary-pushing specialists. This final chart is, I think, maybe the most important for you, the learner.
I agree. The Emerging Artists chart is the definitive scouting report. It's identifying future musical obsessions and artists breaking through with fresh sounds and pure talent.
This list is basically a roadmap for future discovery, and setting the benchmark for emerging talent this week at number 1 is Jennifer Teft on The Strange with Salt in the Sea.
That suggests a deeply atmospheric, possibly lyrically rich sound. It positions them as a highly accessible breakout act that combines great songwriting with fresh production.
And right at their heels is a band that absolutely understands the power of a memorable name. The Young Hasselhoffs with Comeback Marie at number 2.
You can't ignore a name like that.
You can't. It demands your attention. It suggests a playful, maybe power pop or punk pop style. For listeners, think catchy, melodic, hook-driven rock, maybe like Weezer meets Green Day.
Yeah. The name alone implies a sense of humor and high memorability, which is just crucial for emerging artists trying to cut through the noise.
At number 3, we find a track that speaks directly to the most contemporary of themes. Gary Dranow, Digital Intoxication.
This is a critical indicator, I think.
It is. That title suggests a contemporary rock sound that is directly addressing modern social anxieties. Specifically, information overload, screen addiction, our reliance on technology.
It's a powerful sign that the new guard isn't just rehashing old themes. They are tackling modern societal issues head-on through the medium of rock.
The solid middle of the emerging list really shows us the diversity of talent coming up through the ranks. At number 4, the Chelsea Curve with Rally Round.
That suggests a driving, high-energy track, likely new wave influenced or maybe a highly structured garage rock built around these sharp, propulsive hooks.
And at number 5, we have Adam Sherman with Greyhound.
That title evokes long journeys, movement, a classic folk rock narrative structure, a focus on storytelling and acoustic depth.
Then at 6, the Easy Outs, Gimme Gimme Love. This brings back that pure, simple, hook-driven rock urgency, the kind of track that's just built to be a simple, catchy sing-along.
Then we get back to some atmospheric detail at number 7, which is a good reminder that emerging talent is really focused on sonic world building. James Clark Institute, It's Still Snowing Outside.
Oh, that's an evocative, almost cinematic song title.
Instantly. It suggests lyrical depth and a specific, maybe melancholy or introspective winter soundscape. It proves that new artists are finding success by creating these specific immersive moods, not just big sounds.
It's a wonderfully layered detail. Following that, Salvation Row, High Plains at number 8. This one potentially suggests Western or roots rock influence sounds, maybe focusing on that expansive, wide-open Americana feel.
And Brian Kroll, 7 Summers at number 9. That suggests a nostalgic or expansive melodic style, looking back at powerful emotional moments.
Finally, Mike Browning, Paisley Hayes closes out the emerging top 10 at number 10.
That phrase, Paisley Hayes, is such a clear and intentional reference to 60s psychedelic rock. You can almost see the flowing colors and feel the textural density.
Yeah.
It indicates that even the newest artists are still tapping into the rich, colorful, and experimental history of the genre. It proves that the spirit of rock is very much alive and is constantly evolving by referencing its own past.
So across all 50 of these tracks we've explored, from the raw power of BALLTEARER to the conceptual innovation of Jesus Chrysler's supercar and the modern narrative depth of Digital Intoxication, we're seeing a truly global scene that is fiercely decentralized and just astonishingly creative.
We've just completed a 50-track, 5-chart tour of the independent rock scene. The sheer volume and the stylistic breadth captured across 5 distinct charts. It's staggering.
The key takeaway for you, the learner, has to be the profound structural shift this all reveals. The fact that only rock radio needs 5 different specialized top 10 lists, not one single countdown to adequately represent their listenership, that speaks volumes.
It does. It says a lot about the audience's sophistication and the decentralization of modern music discovery. The listeners have basically segmented rock for themselves.
Precisely. We saw that the core charts, TRR 1 and 2, they validated both raw aggression and a resurgence of socially conscious reflection, with tracks like Struggle for Money and Change coming on.
And we saw that the global audience on TRR3 prioritizes not just new material, but also high-quality archival material, which was noted by that unique remastered tag. And the Groover proved that provocation and genre fusion are vital components of independent success.
This whole analysis, it provides you with a crucial shortcut. This isn't about following trends set by corporate labels anymore. The listeners are actively setting these trends by playing the music they're passionate about. They're rewarding everything from the cinematic storytelling of "Please don't shoot me, I'm just the piano player," to the modern anxiety captured in digital intoxication. These lists offer a transparent glimpse into where the best independent artists from around the globe are right now.
So what does this all mean for the language we use to even discuss music? I mean, considering the sheer variety we've just witnessed, from an archival track on TR3 to the genre-bending fusion of Dukes of Roots, do traditional genre boundaries, rock, pop, metal, do they even hold up anymore?
And that's the challenge we want to leave you with. Is it time to maybe abandon rock as a single category entirely and instead categorize music based on the intent of the specialized platform it's on? You know, emerging talent, innovative sounds, or core energy.
These 5 distinct charts are the evidence. Diversity and volume are actively shattering the old frameworks.
Your mission now is to explore these 5 different ecosystems using this roadmap. Which one of these 5 chart categories, core energy, global rock, innovative groover, or emerging talent, which one best matches your own listening habits?
Let that curiosity guide your next discovery.
Dive deep, and we'll see you next time.